All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's team call. It is Tuesday, May 29th, and we are doing a call tonight that's a new stylist training for all. And Jess and I are really excited about rolling out a new team call like cadence for the months ahead. And what's really exciting about this is that it's just giving some predictability to what is on the schedule so you know what to expect month after month. And it's going to really help as you continue to grow your business, your team, and scale so that you know what's coming. And a big piece of that is these new stylist training calls. So we're kicking it off tonight with kind of like a makeup new stylist training call to like catch up for last time, give everyone a chance to get on the same page. And then what's going to happen from here on out is that each month for the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of the month, it will be a new stylist training call. So what that means is that for whenever you sponsor someone, you're going to come onto the new stylist training call with your new stylist. So you're going to jump on it together. She'll be able to get trained, and what you're going to be doing as her sponsor is like learning how to do new stylist training. So it's just this really efficient way of getting two things accomplished at once so that you're learning and then your new stylist is learning too. And maybe you do that for a couple of times, then eventually like you're going to know how to do this no problem, and you're going to be able to offer new stylist training for your growing team. So that's what you can expect on the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of each month. Then the second Tuesday of the month, what we're going to do is have a Zoom team meeting. So this is basically going to be really similar to what we do at the in-person meetups, which of course those of us who are in New York or New Jersey or in another location that there are other meetups outside of our team, everyone's really been able to enjoy those. But if you don't live nearby to where a meetup is taking place, it can kind of be a bummer when you don't feel like you can plug into that. So we're going to replicate that via Zoom. We're going to cover the same content, and it'll just be a chance for us to brainstorm ideas, get to know each other better, and have that feeling of connection. So that then when we all go to Hoopla together, it's going to be really fun to hug your virtual besties in real life. And then on the fourth week of the month, it's going to be a booking blitz and strategies to end the month strong. So you're going to just know what to expect for that. And so we're really excited about it. Okay, so just diving into this new stylist training, we are, of course, offering this as a new stylist training for all, but we're just going to all like get into the mindset right now of being a brand new stylist. And there's kind of like two things that are really cool about when you're brand new. One is that like you're just so excited, right? It's like this day one enthusiasm where you're maybe feeling a little bit nervous, and that's totally normal. But it's also really exciting. You're diving into something new, and as you continue on in your stylist journey, sometimes you have to like remind yourself about that day one excitement. So let's like all remember it now. And then I will make a plug too, like Virginia and I were talking about this today. Whenever you also sponsor a new stylist, it's like you get to like relive the new stylist excitement all over again because you're seeing everything through the eyes of a brand new stylist as you're helping her get started. So that's another really great reason to sponsor if you haven't yet or if you haven't in a while, because it's really fun and it gives you that fresh take on like, oh yeah, this gig is really awesome. So let's all get back into that mindset. And then the other cool thing about when you're brand new is that you just have like this fresh market to reach out to, right? You haven't talked to anyone about hosting yet. And that's really exciting because it's just a world of opportunity. So if you're a stylist who's either on this or watching the recording who hasn't had trunk shows in a while or hasn't been as dialed in, that is totally cool. It's awesome that we have this flexible business. And the great thing about that too is now that you're ready to jump in, I know sometimes as a veteran stylist, it can feel a little bit daunting because you're like, do I even know what to do? Like, where do I start? I haven't done anything in a while. And you're actually in luck because that means that all of the people that are in your network that have already shopped with you, that maybe didn't host with you yet, but are on your list, you just have to like go back to the basics, and that's what we're here for now. But it's like you have that same opportunity to reach out totally fresh. Okay, so the number one thing that a new stylist that we would talk about, and that we can touch on now, and it's cool that we have a nice intimate group so we can actually go through this. And this is really kind of what we would anticipate to be the size of a new stylist training, like 5, 6, 7, 8 people. So it's nice that for people who are new, you get a little bit of connection with the other people who are just getting started too, and we get to talk about your why. So really just why did you get started? And I would love to open us up for like the next 10 minutes or so to kind of go around and share what our why is. For those of us who've been in this for a while, maybe share like what our why was when we first got started and how it's evolved a little bit. But basically, the reason why we talk about our why so much is because it really is what's going to drive you, because this is your own business. So you don't have a boss telling you what to do. You don't have assignments. Everything is, it's like, you know, we always say your business, your way. But that means that at the end of the day, you've got to figure out what's driving you and what's motivating you, because that's only going to come from within. Yes, it's great that there are perks and incentives and like cool gifts and free product and money that you can get when you achieve certain things, but what's that like intrinsic driver that is getting you excited to work your business? So let's break into that. Who wants to go first?
I will go ahead and go first. Hi, my name is Jess, and I'm a stylist in New York. I've been a stylist for almost 7 years in November. And when I started, my why was very specific to a new move I had just made. So I had decided to quit my job. I had moved to a new city, and I wanted to meet new people. I really didn't have any notion of what I wanted to do next. And I had hosted a trunk show in DC before I moved, and I had a great time, and I wanted to host a trunk show in Virginia to meet women in my new community. And so that was originally why I became a stylist, because I had so much fun at my style sessions. And then that morphed into me eventually wanting to build a business that I could stay home with a family with. And now I have gone like full circle. I have been pregnant as a stylist, and I'm now back not pregnant as a stylist and taking care of a 7-month-old, and I am able to stay home with her. So my why is making enough income to contribute to my family and being able to stay home with her.
Love that.
7 months. That's insane.
No.
My why initially, kind of similar to Jess, I had just moved to New York, and I wanted something that keeps me in control of my time. That was a big thing for me, and staying in control of my earnings. And my path to S&D was completely different. I literally found the company while I was Google searching online. So I vetted it very quickly. I knew I had a good sense of what they were offering. I could envision that this was something that was possible and doable. Even though I had just moved to New York, I knew nobody. And literally just starting this new chapter in my life. And I signed up, I think about a week later, and this will be my 4th year. And I love it. And that part hasn't changed. The time freedom, the financial freedom, that hasn't changed. But over in the last 4 years or 3 years plus, something that I've come to enjoy is just the mentoring aspect of it. I love it when you guys that will be seeing this after, of course, we post the recording, when you set a goal and you worked your little butt off and you earned it, even through the highs and lows. And that part is just so rewarding, to be there with your journey and just cheering you on and doing any little part I can. So that has been really cool. Fast forward, it's summer. It's one of the most fun times in our business. There's so much to look forward to for the season. So this summer, I'm just looking to have the best summer ever. And the cool thing about this business is that it funds all of our summer activities, whether it's big or small. You know, mani-pedis don't come cheap, guys. And this pays for that too, right up to the family vacations and all that fun stuff. So I'm looking to have the best summer ever, and this is going to be the vehicle. And yeah, the thing I absolutely love the most, other than the mentoring, is just meeting new people. We're in New York. It's a city of 9 million stories, and I am always, always inspired by the people I meet on a daily basis because of this business. And some of them have gone on to be great friends. So, yeah, that's that for me.
I just want to like bottle you up and take you with me everywhere I go. Like, is this a stylist training or an opportunity webinar? I'm not sure. You just sponsored me. Oh, you're so awesome. I'll go next. So when I first joined, I didn't know what my why was, honestly. I knew that I loved the jewelry and was very intrigued by the opportunity. I had loved hosting, and I had watched Jess's kind of journey and success through Facebook for a couple months, and was super, just like I said, intrigued by it. And that's what drew me in to be like, I don't really know what to expect from this, but I'll give this a try and we'll see how it goes. And just kind of said at the beginning, my goal was to be able to pay my student loan payment every month, mainly because I honestly, like, I just didn't really know what the potential was. And it's like, I think I was a little bit of a skeptic. Like, I would see other people's stories or their success and I'd be like, okay, like she did that, but like, is that really like possible? And the more that I learned about Stella and Dot as I continued along my journey, just the more that I fell in love with what we do and our mission and empowering women and all the conversations that we're having about what it means for it to be a woman in the workplace. That all inspired me so much. And I just kind of like really drank the Kool-Aid and got drawn in more and more, to where I was really trying to figure out like what was the next step for me in terms of my career and what direction I was going. And meanwhile, my business had been really growing. I'm like I get very into like going for a goal. So all of that really, was good for me, and decided to do this for my career and just haven't looked back. I love the opportunity to build my business my way and have this be something that I can balance with a family when the time comes, and then be able to empower other women and make a really big impact through that whole process. So that's what motivates me. That's my why. And it's just been a really fun journey. I'll have been a stylist for 5 years in August. So I cannot believe it's been that long already. Kind of crazy. All right, y'all, we can see your names, but we can't see your faces. But this
Hi,
is an interactive
Andrea.
call. Hey, Andrea.
I don't know why my video is not working, but at least you can see my name and you guys can hear me okay?
Yes, you're coming in loud and clear.
Yay. So my name's Andrea, and I'm also from New York. And tomorrow it's going to be my 1 month anniversary. I'm brand new. I know, it's very exciting. And I think, first and foremost, I kind of just wanted a change. I've been teaching for about 13 years now, and I wanted something new and exciting and challenging, and it's been all of those so far. I think, the mission of Stella Dot is really amazing to see how empowering it is for women. And I think, thinking in the future, for myself, it's exciting to see all of these goals that I have and that I can reach and work hard to reach, and then get rewarded once they do, is really inspiring to me. And I'll have the summers off soon, and I think, having that time to really develop my job and kind of like learn a little bit more about what I'm doing, I think will just be really exciting. And I think, so far so good.
Yay. Love that.
Hi, this is Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
I'm sorry that you do not see my video, but it's been a really long day. I'm kind of looking like a hot mess right now. So I decided just to turn that option off tonight. I am.
It's your business your way, Melissa. It's your business your way.
Oh, thank you. So I am in day 31. I just finished my 30-day jump start yesterday. It was really exciting. I honestly, in my head, I thought I would be doing great if I hit like $300 in the first month, and I hit a little over 1,000. Actually, did over $600 yesterday, which is crazy. People are last minute, I have learned, but Virginia, one of my coworkers, which I think Virginia might be on the call tonight. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's on, but she's like in and out because she's with her mother-in-law.
Yes. But she actually recruited me. It was interesting. I saw her in a meeting on campus. We didn't really know each other, and she was wearing this fabulous necklace. And I said, "Oh my gosh, I love that." She's like, "Oh, thank you, Stella Dot." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I've always heard of Stella Dot, but I never knew anyone who sold it." So she hit me up immediately. She's a good salesperson. My first purchase with it was the ambrosia necklace. And I just fell in love with it. And I've been recruited time and time again to sell jewelry with Premier Jewelry and a lot of different places. But I really love Stella and Dot. I love their mission. I love what they stand for. I love how they empower women. And I'm just really excited to get started. Like, I'm not quite sure all of my why yet, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Love that. Yes, Virginia was singing your praises today, and we were both like just in awe of everything you pulled off yesterday. It was really inspiring.
Yes, and so I'm Virginia. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm so excited Melissa's here, and so let's see my why. I probably should have thought about that while you guys were talking, but I have always loved the jewelry, and I have a full-time job, but I really just wanted something for my own in some way to kind of, it's just great to be able to go out and have a girls' night and not have to worry about leaving the kids home, with dad, because I'm out making money. And it's really just become such an important thing for me, an important thing for my family. We were able to take the whole family to Disney last year because of my business. And we also just bought a camper, which we've taken on 3 trips this spring already, just thanks to Stella Dot. We never would have been able to do it otherwise. So just to kind of help us have these wonderful family moments is probably one of my biggest whys.
Love that. So I love being able to hear other people's whys. Like, I don't know about you all, but I just like have all the feels right now. And also just a side note too, as you grow your business and think of people who would be great stylists, and as you're sharing the opportunity, it's nice to actually hear different people on the call who have really different backgrounds and have really different experiences, because one thing I found is the more different types of stylists that I know, when you're speaking with someone, maybe that their life doesn't look quite like yours, but you might be able to show them a stylist that they could relate to really well, or an objection that they have, you might be able to refer to someone who maybe experienced that exact hurdle in their business and still are wildly successful. Avril, you're such a great example of this for everyone who says that they don't know enough people yet they live in their hometown that they grew up in. I'm like, well, you should know about my friend, because she literally moved to like a new country and a new city, and like she's amazing. So that's just a side note too. So the best way, and what you really will want to do to maximize your start as a new stylist, to really launch your business strong, get it up and off the ground, is to launch with the power of 4. So what that is it's 4 trunk shows within 4 weeks in 4 different social circles. So you got that, 4 trunk shows, first 4 weeks, 4 social circles. And then you can also plan your double dip show. So technically your double dip show could be one of those 4, but if you really want to launch strong, I would recommend making that be like an extra. Like that's like a bonus. And thinking of those 4 different circles is really key, because what that's going to do is that's going to get you in front of a ton of people. This business is 100% a numbers game. It's all about running the numbers, getting in front of as many people as you can, talking to as many people as possible. And then that's what's going to lead to sales, new stylists, future bookings, all of those things, so that you can continue to grow and build, and so that you can build the momentum and build it up quickly. That's really why we have the whole Jumpstart program in place, so that you can start really strong and get where you need to go for your business to take off and be wildly successful. So we're going to do a little activity here, and just get a piece of paper. And this will just be this is just going to be to get you started. So what you're going to do on the paper is just take it so that it's like long ways, and just literally make 4 columns. So if you want it to be really neat and organized, you can like fold the paper into fourths so that they're really straight lines, or you can be like me and you just like draw 4 lines across the top to make those 4 columns. Then what these 4 different columns are, these are going to be your different social circles. So it might be, like close friends, neighbors. If you're like Andrea, for example, it might be like teachers from your school, coworkers. Who else can throw out some different ideas of social circles? If you have kids, you could have, your kids' friends' parents. You can have, so I teach at Pure Barre, and, if I didn't teach there, I'd also work out there. So it'd be other people that I know there. So do you go to a gym? What other different activities are you involved in? Like Jess is in the junior league, so she could put junior league as one of her columns. Anyone else have any thoughts of ones that I could be missing?
If you're active in your church, that's a great social circle, really good one. If you are active in a fundraising group, that's also a great option too. And then with reference to the kids, we tend to forget the social circles that the kids bring in. So the parents, your kids' best friends' parents, and that whole circle that opens up there for you. Those are 3 to consider.
So does everyone feel like they have four social circles? Like, does anyone need help brainstorming one? Because like that's what this time is for. So write down your different columns, and then share, like say like we're good or something. Give some indicator that you have 4.
This is Melissa, and I have 4.
Woo! Winner! You didn't know it was a race, but it was. You win.
Melissa, what are your social circles?
Right now, hometown, because I have a lot of hometown connections. I'm originally from Danville, Virginia, and my mom still lives there, and she has tons of connections. My sister's social circle, she was actually one of my biggest discouragers in trying to get involved in Stella Dot, but actually she's become my biggest customer, which is ironic. And I love it. And then some of my current work colleagues, I know that some of them really do like jewelry, and actually ended up having a one-off conversation with someone today. He was like, I'm just looking for this necklace. I want it personalized. I don't really know if that would be something you would sell, and I was able to point her in the right direction. And then some of my former work colleagues, I recently transitioned from working at one university to another, and actually that was my first party that I held. Was with all of my former work colleagues, because it was kind of like an after-hour cocktail hour, and it was great. I had a lot of people that attended, and it seemed to go well, and I was able to kind of plant the seed, even though some may not have purchased the first time. I think that it was great to get those initial purchases in, because a lot of people have never bought anything from Stella Dot before. They don't know what our products are like. So I think it can only grow from there.
Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes it's all about getting people in front of the product, because whenever people see it and pick it up and try it on, that's when they're going to fall in love with it more so than just looking at the website.
And just a side note, so for working your business going forward, I find that making, like, going back to basics like we are right now and like starting fresh and making a brand new list is so helpful. The last time I did this, and this is pathetic because again, my daughter is 7 months old, I did not have a mom group. So it's like, so it's funny how your life can even change from the time that you've started as a stylist to maybe a couple months in and a couple months after that. So this is always so helpful to do. This is a great activity to do at any time during your business, not even just as a new stylist.
Yeah, totally. And the other piece that I was going to say too is like, if you're like, gosh, Charlotte, you know, I'm really popular. I have more than 4 social circles. Like, absolutely, you can like flip the page over and keep adding more. I mean, the bigger the list, the better. This is just like getting started. So if you've got those 4 social circles, I'm just going to like literally put on a timer for 5 minutes. Just start jotting down everyone you know. And here is the number one key. Yes, of course, you might sort of prioritize by who you think of first, who you think might be the most interested. But the biggest thing you can do with this list is not prejudge. So literally just include, if the header is church people, church friends, you're just literally going to list every woman at your church. No judgment of whether she ever wears a piece of jewelry or not, or if you think she'd want to host or not. Just literally write down all the names. So ready, set, go. We're going to just take 5 minutes so that you have a nice start to your list. All right, I'll go ahead and have a stop there. It's a little less than 5 minutes, but our video time's gonna run out. So I don't want us to get cut off. because the next piece, I'm going to turn it over to Jess, and she's going to go through the next piece, which is what you're going to actually do with this list now. So after we get off the call, you've gotten this started, but what you really want to do is put in each list at least 10 people and have a list of about 40 people. If you can bump that up and make it more like a list of 50, whether that's by like adding another column or just adding a few more extra people than 10 to each column, then that's going to be better. Again, it's all about it being that numbers game. The more the merrier on your list. And again, not judging. It's not your it's not your list of people who you think would like Stella and Dot. It's just your list of people that you know. So go through, and what I would do is start off by if that person, you know, maybe you thought of them first and you put their name at the top, but circle at least one person in each column that you think would be the most likely to host, because you're going to start there. So start with like who you think's the hottest lead. And then Jess is going to go over how you're going to warm them up and follow up with them so that you can actually book those first 4 shows.
Okie dokie. So number 1, I just want to go over style sessions are so important. They bring you the most sales per hour. They're going to increase your network and any sort of future bookings, going to totally build your confidence and your styling experience with Stella Dot, and it's going to connect you more so to new and repeat customers. So obviously, like selling on the go and stuff is really great, but style sessions, in my opinion, is just how you're going to explode as a brand new stylist, and even if you're trying to revamp your business. So keep in mind too that for every 10 conversations you have, you're going to book 1 trunk show. That's kind of like the average numbers that Charlotte was talking about. This is a numbers game. Power through. You are going to hear no's, and one of the most important conversations you can have with your sponsor is overcoming objections if we don't get to it tonight. But kind of powering through those no's and moving on to the next person, not taking it personal, just keep plugging away. So for warming up your anybody on your prospective list, first and foremost, you want to pick your medium. So how does this person typically communicate with you? So whether that be, ideally it would be a phone call, because I think everyone sounds just more genuine and incredible with a voice. But if you know that someone communicates maybe via text better, or Facebook Messenger, or however you think this person communicates best, start there. Kind of pull back a little bit and make it really personal. So what's her style? Go through, I gave my husband my phone, but we have an app called Mimi, and all of your marketing images are there. So kind of think about maybe what this woman would be in the market for, whether that be girl time, whether that be her wish list is going to be huge with this new style drop coming out in June, whatever the reason is that you think she would be a great hostess, personalize it to that, and then also include an image. So whether, again, that be texting, email, whatever. Think about a style session theme for her and make her kind of envision how this style session is going to work with her. So whether that be coffee with her friends and mimosas on a Sunday morning, whether that be a girls' night after like a horrible Thursday at work, whether that be a daytime show because she's a mom and everybody can kind of come over, whether that be popping up at her office and doing like a lunch hour, really brainstorm and help her envision having a trunk show. Most importantly, what you want to offer her in your warming up is going to be 2 dates. Charlotte gave a really amazing example of this, and it wasn't her, but it was someone she stole it from. Talks about how if you are going to offer someone an ice cream flavor, if you're going to say, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? If you just give an open-ended question like that, me personally, I love all the ice cream. So it's going to take me a longer time to answer that question. But if you were to come at somebody and say, what's your favorite ice cream, chocolate or vanilla? That's a very easy decision to make there. So by coming at them with 2 dates, it's going to take a lot of pressure off of them, because they're going to be like, well, maybe a Wednesday's better. Maybe a Saturday's better. Maybe the end of the month's better. They're going to freak out and shut down. And that's not what we want here. We want to make this easy breezy. We want to make them excited. And the more information you can give them during their warm up, the better. So for example, here is a blurb that you could send somebody. So, hi, Jennifer. It's finally warming up, and we've got the looks to make your season style totally easy. Now you can get the entire look, from tops and dresses to sunnies and hats, and of course, our amazing accessories for free. And your friends will get first access to our new Stella Dot VIP perks, which you'll also score for free for hosting. Let's catch up tomorrow. I've got a few dates left in June, and you deserve one. So whether that be just a quick voicemail, a quick Facebook message, whatever it is, then the key is following up in the next 48 hours, saying something like, oh, and obviously in the warm-up, including the little image I was talking about. Following up saying, what piece did you love best? I have the 12th or the 15th open. Let's get the girls together, and I can also share how you and your friends can enjoy free shipping, free style, and special offers all year. Let's do it. So point being, and it's going to kick us off, and I'm really sorry. Point being, warm up, follow within 48 hours, pick their best form of contact, whether that be email, text, call, and include an image that you know that she'll love using Mimi.
Love that. Hopefully I don't get kicked off. Can you, when we post the recording of this, can you post those words to say? Those are really good.
Yeah.
I think also when you're a brand new stylist, you can tweak the words to say a little bit, because you're also introducing to those people that this is something that you're now doing. So you might have it just be a little bit like, this is totally off the cuff, off the top of my head, but I just got started as a stylist with Stella Dot. I'm so excited about it because blah, blah, blah. I would love to have you be one of my debut hostesses. I'm excited that I get to give away all this free jewelry, and I want to hook you up, and then kind of include the rest of that. So I think also get in the mindset too of all the way that Jess presented that, it was all like offering something amazing to this potential hostess. So always keep that in mind, that you have something great to offer. It's not that you're asking for a favor. So you're saying, I would love to do a trunk show for you or with you, versus like, will you do a trunk show for me? Because that's like, no one really wants to do that. So if you get into that mindset that you're offering something great, not only is it fun, but you literally get to, with that power of 4, you get to give away like $1,000